It is March 1st and we are kicking off another Top 5 Wednesday video, and I'm so very excited because I am finally better and I pray and hope that it stays that way for the whole month of March. Hello friends, like I said, happy Wednesday. I'm so very excited that you're here. I'm so excited to be here too. That cold last week just, man, it did a number. It took me out so hardcore, but I'm so very excited to be here. I'm pretty much in shock right now that it actually is March, but it's going to be an exciting month. I hope for you, I hope for me. Oh man, it's going to be awesome. But today is Wednesday, which means it is Top 5 Wednesday. But in case if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, in a nutshell, basically each week I answer a prompt using 5 books, but in this case I do manga to reflect the said prompt. And today's prompt is really exciting because you guys are actually choosing what books I am featuring today, because today's prompt is friends pick. So you get your friends to choose the manga or choose the books that you're going to feature for today, which I thought was really cool. I was like, I don't know if they did their top recommendations, because on Instagram what I did, I was like, hey, next week is going to be Top 5 Wednesday and that prompt is friends pick. So give me a recommendation that you think I will like. I got a total of 27 recommendations and I was really shocked because I was like, okay, I figured I'd just get like a few and I would just spotlight those 5. But since I got 27 recommendations, I am using a randomizer and I just put in all of the recommendations with the people who mentioned or who gave the recommendation, and we're just gonna go from there and see what happens because there was so much diversity in these recommendations. I'm really excited. I'm actually gonna write them all down on a spreadsheet that I have on my computer just so I can come back and eventually hopefully read all of these if my library has them, or I can pick them up. So let's go over to my random wheel of names and let's go ahead and shuffle it up here. I said I had 27 recommendations, which was wild. So let's go ahead and see what is going to be number 1, because I have no idea at all. I'm really excited. There's a few that I'm hoping will definitely get picked, but we're going to see what it is. Oh my goodness! Is this what I think it is? Yes! Okay, I think it's Reversa, and this is a webtoon called Odd Girl Out. Let's go look it up. I actually looked it up the other day because this is the only webtoon recommendation I got, and I was really excited. I even reached out to her, like, thank you for recommending a webtoon. From what I do remember, this does have a Netflix adaptation. No, okay, it's a major K-drama adaptation. Oh, the art looks so cute. So let's see what it's about. The world of My 17th. After successful winter break makeover, Nari is finally ready for her high school debut, but somehow she ends up friends with the 3 prettiest girls in school. Follow Nari as she tries to navigate her brand new high school life surrounded by beauties. This sounds really interesting. This is the first time I have heard about it, and I'm very curious. I hope that like the pretty girls are not mean girls. That would break my heart because Nari seems so incredibly sweet, at least looking at the picture. If I get hooked on this, I'm not going to be doing anything else because webtoons, they seem to be almost like my kryptonite. I think The Remarried Empress is the only webcomic I've read. No, not the only one, but it's the only one I've read all of the season or 2 seasons in 2 days. All I did literally was read The Remarried Empress, which is so very good. And the other one is, what is it? One Night with the Duke, I think is the name of that. And that webtoon is amazing. I've read that 2 or 3 times. I'm so excited for the manga to physically release. And we are finally on chapter 1. So let's go look at it really fast. I have to go read this. I'm going to try and read the first few chapters later today so that I can give some comments on it. But I'm very curious. This is a really great start to the recommendation. Let's go on to number 2 for the Wheel of Names to see what is next. Man, I'm really interested in seeing what happens next in that webtoon now. All right. Oh, we have Meet the Weeb Family Dad, and he's giving us Rosa Versailles. I think that's how you say it. I'm so excited that this one was actually on here and that Meet the Weeb Family Dad, Jacob, that he gave it, because I know my friend Kawaii Heart loves and adores this manga so much, and I'm like, I need to read it because of her. And I know that Emily, Meet the Weeb Family mom, that she's also read this, and I think she really enjoyed it. I don't remember all of her reviews, but I know her Secret Santa got her a mug with, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the main character's name right now. I could see her face in my head, but I'm blanking on her name. But I know that she got a mug of her and absolutely loved it. And I'm like, okay, I I missed something apparently when she was sharing her reviews on Instagram because I didn't know that she had loved the manga that much. The hardcovers of this series are so stunning. I don't know how many times I have wanted to like get it just because of the hardcover love. Like it's just so nice and the detail that they have. Yes, this is a manga I have been super curious about. I keep seeing people check it out and they're like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then everybody I know that's read it ends up really enjoying it. Okay, I had to go look it up. Her name is Oscar. I was like, it's gonna bug me if I cannot remember her name. So I know this is set somewhere low key during the French Revolution. And I'm trying to think, I feel like Oscar had to hide her identity as a woman. There's some things going on, but I don't know what they are, but they're part of the plot. But I'm pretty sure, while we're here, I'm pretty sure that my library does have this. Okay, looks like they have volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. So I have no excuses why I cannot read this one as well since my library has it. I did see recently that Right Stuff is not Right Stuff, but on Right Stuff that there's gonna be like side stories of Rose of Versailles. Let's go look that up too since we're here and it's just fun to look up stuff with you guys. Oh, okay. Well, looking at this, okay, there's 5 volumes, so the library doesn't have the 5th one. So if I really enjoy the series, I need to get that. Here we go. More than 25 years after she finished the original historical drama, the manga created a series of new stories focusing on various side characters in the Rose of Versailles series. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I see you, Jacob. I see you, Jacob. This is pretty exciting. So this is like I said, this was another one I really was hoping would get randomly chosen because I have been really curious about this, and I feel like this is a iconic and classic manga that I need to add to my repertoire of knowing information about it and not being like, it's about a character, you know? Like I don't want to be like that. So now that I know that my library does have it, I don't know if I'm gonna check them out just yet. I'm struggling because usually when I get really excited and find manga like this, I'm like, let's get them right away. But since we were like sick through February, I had to like return everything. The only thing I have still is Lovecom, but I actually need to return that as well because I'm pretty sure I'm overdue. Anyway, that was a total random side thingy, but Rose of Versailles, definitely, I already was gonna have that on my spreadsheet, but now I must check this out. All right, let's go on to number 3 to see what we're gonna be featuring next. Again, this is another great one. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Okay, I do not know how to say this one. So this is by my friend Hannah on Instagram, and there's that girls. Guys, I don't know how to say this one. I actually just looked this one up earlier this morning. I'm hesitant to say it's like a sports anime, but it has something to do with tanks. And I was like, no way. It centers around these girls. They have to, let's go look it up. Let's go look it up so that I don't completely butcher this. Okay, so it's a competition between girls' high school practicing tank warfare as a sport. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. In fact, I feel like when I went to Barnes & Noble's once, there is a bookseller there, or like a person that works on the floor, who's given me a lot of recommendations in the past. I don't know his name, but he's a really cool and sweet guy. But this is one of the titles I remember that he recommended to me. Oh my God, I started coughing there for a second. This cold. Oh, this cold's horrible. But anyway, I'm so excited that Hannah recommended this and shared it with me because I completely forgot all about this until I looked it up. My library does not have it. So I'll have to go do some research on this one, see what I can find because I'm very curious about this one as well. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Let's go on to number 4. Oh my goodness, Shannon said Snow with the red hair. I was also hoping that this one would also be featured today because I think there were 3 different people who mentioned, can you feature Snow White with the red hair, which was really exciting to me because I didn't know that so many of you guys really want me to catch up on this series. I feel like almost a little bit like I did with Yona, and I think I've mentioned that before of I don't know if I should let it finish and then catch up or just go ahead and start catching up now. But I was talking to my friend Bazaar yesterday. He's talking about like what we should read next, and he was like, you should read Snow with the red hair because you mentioned you wanted to catch up on that. And so once I saw Shannon had recommended this and 2 other people, I don't remember who it was. I think one of them was the artist librarian and Hadassah. She's an author. I think it was both of them. No, the artist librarian, she recommended a different one, but there was another person that mentioned Snow with the red hair and that you need to catch up. Like they want to see it. So I really need to push that up on my TBR and actually come back to it. I feel like once I start reading, it'll be like Yona, where it's a really fast read because you're just sucked in to the things that are happening in these characters' lives and just the story itself, because we all know that the characters are so amazing, and I definitely miss Shirayuki and Zen and Obi. Like, I can't remember the two guards, the guy and the girl. I'm blanking on their names right now, but I miss them as well, and the shenanigans that they have. It's a very beautiful and fun series. Thank you guys for reminding me that, like, hey, you need to actually do this and not just keep saying it, and go read it. Last but not least, let's go see what's for number 5. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I do not know how to say this title's name, but Witchy Otaku gave this recommendation, and I believe it just released. I don't know anything about this manga at all, except for it's a new release, so let's go look it up and see what it's about. Dark humor and quirky horror unite in the tale of clashing heroes and monsters from the creator of Tokyo Ghoul. I've actually never read Tokyo Ghoul either. I feel like I've gotten a few recommendations for that, but I have not read it. So best friends, Tokyo and Azuma, do everything together, even if most of the time it feels like Tokyo is just stumbling along in Azuma's cooler, more talented footsteps. But when they're attacked one night by a superhuman mutant called, is that Chojin? Oh, bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. Tokyo finally has a chance to shine by turning into one himself. Being a superpowered creature isn't all it's cracked up to be, though. Tokyo has to hide his transformation from his family and dodge a truancy charge at school, all while dealing with increasingly odd incidents happening around town. And this actually sounds pretty intriguing. It sort of reminds me of Fire Force in that same aspect of where there is a scene, I won't go in depth about that, but there's a scene that happens early on where it has that very similar vibe. I might try it. I am a little bit curious. Like I said, I've never read Tokyo Ghoul, so I have like no idea how this manga creator's work is, except for a lot of people love Tokyo Ghoul, I think, except for like the ending or something like that. Unfortunately, since it's not at our library, you have to wait like 6 months before you can check out another, like a new title from a different library, which really stinks. And of course, it wouldn't be Top 5 Wednesday if I did not do an honorable mention, so we're going to spin the wheel one last time to see what is going to be the honorable mention for today. Yes, okay, I was really hoping that Baz Reads Books, her recommendation, she gave Laid Back Camp, which is here. Laid Back Camp is been on my radar, goodness, I think since sometime last year, I think it was, because I have heard so many glowing things about this series and how relaxing it is, and just it's a very, I hear that's a very chill and calm slice of life. And I think since we're going to continue the trend, we're going to go see if my library has it. I don't know how many volumes there are, but it looks like we have up to at least 10. I saw 1, 2, 4, 3. Well, if there's more than 10, they don't have any more. I'm actually shocked that I haven't picked this up sooner because I love the cover. It's so cute and very bright and colorful. Oh wow, okay, so it goes up to volume 13, with volume 13 releasing this April. I am so excited that Baz mentioned this, that she recommended this, that it was chosen for an honorable mention, because again, this is another series for sure that I've really wanted to read. As you guys saw, my library has this, so I don't have any excuses here of why I can't check this out. And I'm really excited for all of the recommendations that were given today, and very excited that my library has a lot of these so that I can actually try them out. And it's cool to see the recommendations that all of you guys gave. I will leave something here on the screen so you guys can check out what exactly all of the recommendations were. I have to laugh about the webtoon because, oh my goodness, if I get hooked to this, I'm coming to spam you, Reversa. I am coming to spam you, and I'm like, I will do nothing else. And there's things that I need to do because I'm finally, feeling better and need to get caught up on work and whatnot. But webtoons are just as addictive as manga. So I am definitely checking that one out later today for sure. Probably during lunchtime, I will start reading some of the episodes. And I think I'm going to go ahead, check out Rose of Versailles. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a hold on that for my library. Technically, I can't do Laid Back Camp yet because me and Baz are supposed to buddy read Lovecom, but I got sick. And so I asked if we could buddy read it this March or this month. So I need to do that first before I check out Laid Back Camp. I hope so much that you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun. And if you have any recommendations where you're like, Laura, I want to be in the fun, I want to share some pics with you, totally leave them down below. As I have said before, I write down all the recommendations. I hope again that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!